finally have a real legitimate Obama scandal. Yeah, I know, it's like not Benghazi. And we will see if the Fox News and Newsmax and all these organizations actually pick it up. This is from Mediaite. Obama administration accused of serious corruption while you were distracted, and distracted being by the interview skerfuffle. And that's always fun, is it not? Here's a little bit from this. For more than a year, Senator Robert Menendez, Democrat of New Jersey, and his staff engaged in a relentless effort to help Miss ISAIAS, I'm not going to butcher her name, urging senior government officials, including then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's Chief of Staff Cheryl Mills, to waive the ban. The senator's assistant came even though Miss family, major donor to him, and other American politicians do not live in the state. The Obama administration then reversed its decision and gave her the waiver she needed to come to the United States, just as tens of thousands of dollars in donations from the family poured into President Obama's campaign coffers. An email from Mr. Menendez's office sharing the good news was dated May 15, 2012. One day after, campaign finance records show her mother gave 40 grand to the Obama Victory Fund, which provided donations to the president and other Democrats. So here we have a scandal that's a legitimate scandal. Corruption, money, the best kind of scandal. And this is what I want to throw to you guys in the YouTube chat, and also Haven and Lucy. We'll go to Haven first. Do you think Fox and all these guys will cover it, or do you think it's going to be one of those, oh, well, the Republicans will do it, so they're not even going to bother with it?
Oh, they're definitely going to ignore it, because there's not going to be an angle that they can attack it at which they can make it look as racist as possible, because you know that's their thing. And I mean, this is not his first scandal. I mean, a couple years ago he had the kill list that pretty much went completely ignored outside of The Intercept and people like Greenwald and Jeremy Scahill. So, you know, Fox News is definitely going to ignore this. They're going to do their best. They usually, if he's doing something they like, they don't say anything. And if they do something that's good for the people, then they're just going to, like, yell and tell him that he's a tyrant and he's, like, the second coming of Hitler and whatever the fuck it is that they like to throw out to people.
Well, this, too, is like a wolf-fact.com moment, too, because if we had regulations that actually prevented things like this and money wasn't speech, perhaps, oh, I don't know, we wouldn't be seeing this type of chicanery going on. And like you said, I pretty much agree that I think they're going to ignore it. Maybe they'll get a few blips on the radar, but nothing major, because I can see President Mittens doing something like this. I can see President McCain doing something like this. So this is something that the GOP would do. And Lucy, why don't you give us your take on it?
Oh no, a political official is doing something that their donors want them to do. Oh no, it's not like we haven't heard this story a million times. It just happened that this time it was somebody's visa or green card or whatever kind of entrance into the United States they wanted. That's the only difference in this story than any other of the million stories that we've heard. It just happens that it's someone coming into the United States rather than getting a road put in someplace, or getting a casino, or getting a permit, or getting one of these or one of those. Somebody's getting paid. When the people are paying you, tell you to do something, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, you gotta grease that wheel to make it extra smooth for the ride. But no, it's a legit. This is what grinds my gears to go all Peter Griffin on you. It's a legitimate story that we finally have, and it's like the drone story. We have these legitimate stories where Obama is actually doing wrong, and we can point to and be like, no, this is not how liberals and progressives and socialist Democrats think. And it goes unnoticed, and you have to go to, you know, alternative media to actually find them covered. Granted, media is pretty big and it's getting some coverage, but it's surely not getting enough. And it also shows that we can be critical of our own people, which is nice, which is hard to see in the conservative side, unless, of course, you're coming from, oh, he's a Wall Street guy, or he's not religious enough, or he's not pro-abortion. He's too pro-abortion. There we go. For them, that's how they're critical on that side. Haven, any last words on this, and then go to your story?
Yeah, the whole scandal is pretty much basic. It's not even like, you can't even blame it on Chicago-like politics. This is why Wolfpack is so important, because it's become a systematic thing. Like, in order for things to get done, you have to be a billionaire. You have to have ties. You have to be able to have a direct line to a president or some type of politician. I mean, I live in a state where my past governor just is facing corruption charges himself, him and his wife, in Virginia. So it's like, you know, that's just the way of the world and how things go, which is rather unfortunate. And it's even more unfortunate that I think that everything else that people complain about with Obama, like the whole embargo thing, all of that is just a complete and utter distraction from things that we really need to focus on, like the corruption, like the drone strikes, like the killing of U.S. citizens. Like, those are big fucking things that nobody seems to give a shit about, because we're all worried about us allowing Cubans in Miami to send money to their family in Cuba. Like, it's asinine to me.